of patterns that we can get. And I have sheets here. Some of you have picked them up, but these are free to take with you so that you didn't have to write down all the available patterns that we have, and they're all listed here. Some of the, if you just aren't using it all in hand, so there are several online places to get period costumes, and two of the best are recollections.biz and bdoutfit.com, and they do a real good job. Janelle was the director of the Sweet Adelines Quarterly Chorus, and they wear a lot of Victorian costumes in their performances. And her girls have ordered many costumes from the Recollections.biz especially. And they're ready-made, they fit well. All of them have been very pleased with those. And they have a lot of Regency costumes to choose from. Also, there are more sites than that, but those are two really good ones.
I think they're expensive. You know, the Regency ones, I think you can get something very nice for about they are made to order, and the quality is superb. I was very impressed with everything I've ever bought.
Considering the actual cost of fabric at the fabric store, that is really a good deal, especially for a fancier costume. It's entirely silk. It's become unfortunate, but it's become true that sewing your own garments is nearly as expensive, if not more, than purchasing ready-made. The beauty of sewing your own is that you get to choose. There's more fabric to choose from than what you can find online, but I still feel they do a really good job. And so I won't list all the pattern numbers. I won't tell you all the pattern numbers here because I've written them down, and we've laid out several of them up here for you to look at. This one, and I didn't get time to do this, but this is a great pattern for making bonnets, and they can all be hand sewn. This is no machine sewing if you don't want to. And the only correction, and I believe I wrote it on this, but to keep in mind if you do purchase this pattern, is that the material that they use for the brim of these hats is not widely available anymore. Millinery is becoming a lost art, and so they used willow or buckram in these hats, both of which are really hard to find. So an alternative is to get duck canvas and put two layers together, sew the two layers together, and spray starch it, and let it set until it firms up, and then you can cut your pattern out of that. A lot cheaper, widely available. So in case you do get this pattern, keep that in mind, that the willow and the buckram are almost non-existent, very hard to get. The milliners have them, we can't seem to get a hold of them. I was fortunate enough in 2011 when these came out. If you're a knitter, Jane Austen Knits, fabulous patterns. They printed these, some twice a year and some just once a year, from 2011 to 2015. So they're no longer available unless you get the magazines on eBay, but they are all online as e-books through can't remember, but one of the knitting companies puts them out. They're full of fabulous patterns for Spencer shawls, gloves, half mittens, scarves, just everything that uses our available yarns, and they've dreamt up patterns that fit the period, but can also be worn in today. And then I found this book. This, I would say, it's fun for everyone to look at. For the patterns to use the patterns inside, you probably need to be a pretty experienced sewer, a seamstress, because you have to enlarge all the patterns. But it's got a lot of pictures of authentic Regency costumes, and then they've made patterns to fit them. And so it's a really fun book to look at, if nothing else. And I think we've covered everything.
Where did you get that book from as a pattern?
This book
Yeah.
I got through Amazon.
Okay.
And available through a number of other sites also. And my program is fairly short, but we covered a lot of ground. So,
Right. Things to say about getting into why you would want a costume, why you would actually go out and spend money on somebody else making them for you, or why you would run down to the thrift store and try and cobble one together. Really think about where you want to be seen in an office setting. I know people who are horse people. Some of the classic writing gear, for example, the boots with the black boots with the brown stripe for English writing, or the crop. Those would be the same accessories that you would have, in Austin's time. So, make yourself a dark outfit and go out there on your horse if that's what floats your boat. Some of us are really into working with children. Me personally, I had a hard time. I was kind of surprised that we put on a costume today. But having taken kids along to various historical period events, not my cup of tea. But if you're a teacher and you can see yourself, well, I want to be able to do this with my students. Imagine your dream setting of where you want to make this come alive, and then make the outfit for it, or have it made, or cobble it together from things from the thrift store. If you're into tea, if your image of the Austin heroine is to be there at tea, well, go out there and get yourself an embroidered tea, an embroidered napkin, so that when you go and have tea, you're gonna do it in style. And my goodness, I get more comments on this. It's a thermos. It's a thermos, and if you're going to drink tea and you want to do it in style, go out and get yourself a thermos that, well, I'd say more than Oriental Splendor is all I can say. Another little touch, if you are a needleworker, find something to carry your needlework that looks authentic. Get yourself a wooden hoop. This is a reticule that I'm in the process of making, the one that Austin made it was a visitor to her house. It has a little poem. Her poem, The Reticule, was based on one that looked like this with black and gold and white zigzags on it. Get yourself a little sewing kit. Carry those along with you. Just having a basic outfit and then showing off your hobbies, or finding a way to work that Austin theme into what you're already interested in, is very useful. If you're the person in charge of paperwork, they make some really great paper holders. I have all my stuff from the last fall in there. But these are on Wish for, I don't know, $5 or something. Or if you're a writer, they do have feather pens out there. And then finally, I don't know where I was going with this, but if when all else fails, get yourself some black safety pins. You can pin a lot of stuff onto an outfit with these. And the last thing I want to talk about, this is my ball gown. I went ahead and took the plunge last fall and went to the Seattle Jane Austen area ball in November, and I made this dress, and it was one of those things that I stayed up all night. I know the fabric's not authentic, and it's really warm. It's too warm for a ball. Modern synthetics are they're cloying, and it's just the Walmart, $3 yard lace, and I put too much time into it for the quality of fabric that I have, but I got comments on it because I was out there and I was having fun. So I guess my call to action for you, and I'm going to let you finish off, Deborah, because I think you have anything else to say? Okay. My call to action for you is go out and find an image of where you want to live out your Austin persona, and then make the outfit fit that. And mine was going to a ball And so this was my dream outfit. It's a little bit worn up, so that's all I have. Thank you. Are we ready for the drawing? Because we have some giveaways here.
Yes.
We're going to let Avery out of this outfit.
So,
If there's anyone who's interested in trimming a bonnet, you want to stand over here, Avery's going to throw the bouquet, and you can have these flowers in your bonnet. But can we